We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
All right, so great. I guess you're a miracle worker now, aren't you, Mitch? I
Right.
guess you're better than all of us, aren't you, Mitch?
Just call me Max.
Max. Okay. Oh man. Well, dude, the weather's really changing here. I can feel it because my sinuses are killing me right now.
I'm so sorry, man.
Hmm. I know they're really bad right now. I have like a major headache. Um. Anyways, dude, what did you watch last night?
Well, here's the deal. Last night we finished Coal Miner's Daughter. I've already talked about that. And then
Yes.
Lori, and oh, there was a great special features, by the way, where Michael Apted interviews Loretta Lynn. It was beautiful. But Lori's pick was next, and she turned on the remake. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. She turned on an adaptation of Jane Eyre, which is Charlotte Bronte, I think, one of the Bronte sisters, right?
Okay.
Uh, I've seen an earlier adaptation with Orson Welles and Joan Fontaine, which I
Yeah.
really liked, but Lori's read the book, and so she was a little cooler towards it. This one has Michael Fassbender again. Sorry, she keeps getting Michael Fassbender movies, and it's making me
Wow, dude.
feel
I think she's
insecure.
trying to replace you, dude.
And it also has Mia Wasikowska. Wasikowski.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say her name.
It's something like that.
So we're off to a good start. It's nice. But this morning on the treadmill, I I've made up my mind kind of right now that I kind of go through phases in terms of what I put on when I'm on the treadmill. Right now, my
Okay.
phase is like finishing franchises or series that I have started but not finished. And
Okay.
so I watched Spectre.
Oh, wow.
It's the only one of the Craigs that I hadn't seen. Um,
What do you think
I
so
ended
far?
up I finished it and I liked it. I didn't have any problem with it. I know there's like
Yeah.
people are a little cool towards it. They didn't like the retcon stuff with uh, Waltz's character,
Yeah.
but I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's such a cozy series, man. You know, everybody's dressed so cool and they're driving these cool cars and it's
Yeah.
night. And it's just it's got that movie magic.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's my second least favorite of the Craig films,
I'm
but I still,
guessing No Time to Die was your least favorite. No, Quantum.
yeah, Quantum is my least
I
favorite.
didn't have a problem with Quantum either. Uh, but yeah, I ended up stopping after Skyfall just incidentally. I think a
Yeah.
bunch of the people that did you guys go see it without me when we were up there at the
Yeah.
hill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we no, well, I watched that in Alabama with
Oh, okay.
yeah, you were off at college, and I went with Jonathan Carroll, Daniel, and then
Well, that's funny.
Cosno. Uh,
Guys, no, really?
yeah, he went.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we Wesley was there as well. From what I remember, yeah. So I really like the Craig Bond films. Actually, one of his films is my favorite James Bond movie ever. Um, but
Casino Royale.
yeah, how I'd rank those is, of course, Quantum of Solace, Spectre, No Time to Die, and then Skyfall, and then Casino Royale. I think that it also has my favorite Bond girl. I say Bond girl, but Bond woman in Ava Green. I thought she was phenomenal.
Really?
Uh, yeah,
Well, I've
so
only seen the Craigs, so I can't speak too much to the Bond as
you,
a character.
dude, you'll be surprised who I consider my James Bond.
If I'll be surprised, then I guess I'm gonna guess. Uh, I guess I'm gonna guess Pierce Brosnan because you're
Oh,
Lester.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yes. Yep. Pierce Brosnan. I always see him as James Bond. Like
Yeah, that makes sense. He 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 looks like what I imagined Bond to be like. Well, that's what I mean. I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid, but my dad was a huge fan. I think a
yeah.
little bit to my mom's chagrin. She would watch them with him, but
Yeah.
you know, like she would always. This is what she would always say. She'd always be like, "I don't like James Bond because he's a womanizer." It always stuck with me. Um, but
W-
anyways, I thought it was yeah, basically, so I missed that one and I ended up actually watching, if you can believe it, I watched No Time to Die in Spanish because I watched it in theaters when I was living overseas,
Yeah.
and my friend really wanted to go see it. Um, so yeah, that was one of a couple of movies, big movies that Black Widow I watched in Spanish also, but you know, it's not that hard to follow. Um, I mean, I guess you would have had less problem with it because you have, some Spanish language skills. How's your Spanish doing, by the way?
I mean,
Do you think you would struggle to watch a movie with no subtitles in Spanish?
oh no, I mean, I watch it all the time whenever I go to family members' house.
Really?
Yeah, you'll be
What's the last
surprised.
movie you watched in Spanish?
In Spanish,
But you don't ask them to like put on subtitles or anything? I mean,
it well, they're older, dude. Like I don't. I'm fine. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, could you put on
so you,
subtitles?
so you don't have any problem following it.
No, I mean the last movie I watched was Pan's Labyrinth,
Yeah.
uh, and I watched that movie half like without subtitles,
Oh yeah.
and then the other half I watched it with subtitles because Vanessa wanted me to put on because she ended up joining me in watching it, and so
Well, I struggled more on the Bond um than I did on the Black Widow. Black Widow was just like surprisingly easy to follow. And I guess it's just because there's not just, Marvel movies not famous for their, rich dialogue. Um, but I also watched, I think, Candyman, speaking of Hedda from the other day when we were talking
yeah.
about that. I watched Candyman in Spanish in theaters there. I think that's it. They would once a week do an English language screening. So
What did you watch?
Me and Lori watched the Spider-Man, the third one of the Holland, and then we watched Quiet Place 2 on the English language screenings. But yeah, I watched those three other ones in Spanish, and that was kind of fun.
Man, that was an interesting time. It seems like a lifetime ago, right?
Yeah, it does. But
Um,
Spectre, yeah, pretty good.
yeah, I think it's decent. I would consider it a positive for me. Well, last night I watched. Have you heard of Lurker?
No, never. What's that?
It's a 2025 movie.
Oh wow, tell me about it.
Yeah, well, it has 95% Rotten Tomatoes.
Good grief.
Um, it's basically about this guy who wiggles his way into this like up and coming pop star's life, right? And he's
Uh-huh.
trying to be of use to him, like stick around, with like the cool kids and what he does to still be involved. It kind of reminds me of the talented Mr. Ripley,
Oh yeah.
um, and Saltburn,
Oh okay.
but it also reminded me of Twinless. I know I had talked about Twinless, but Twinless is more of a dark comedy, whereas this one is more of a dark drama. You
A
know,
suspense, a
It-
thriller,
it's not, but it is like
a suspense, not a thriller.
more of a suspense, I guess.
So, is there anybody in it that's big that I would know?
So the guy, I don't know his name, but he's the guy from Gran Turismo, the main character.
Okay.
If you see him, you'll know who he is.
Okay.
Surprisingly, he was also in Saltburn.
He's
Uh,
the pop star.
he plays the pop star in this. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it was quite good. The main guy, the main character, I had never seen him before. I thought he was definitely giving me Norman Bates in Psycho vibes.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, overall, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Um, I don't think it's as great as Twinless, but I still think it's a solid movie. I'd say like maybe like a 3.5 out of 5.
Well, that's pretty good. I mean, you got me curious. I've not heard of that one. So
I think it might be up your alley. I like how uh, I'm trying to. I rather not say, but if you do plan on watching it, I'm just not gonna say anything more.
okay, fair enough.
Mm, I wanted to ask, because I was kind of like I listened to. I think I've talked about it before, but I listened to a YouTube channel called Breakfast All Day.
Yes,
Have you had a chance to take a look at that?
it's funny you mention it. I did just search bar it right before you called on Spotify and hit follow, but I still haven't cracked open an episode.
Yeah, so they were kind of discussing, like now we're getting into the nitty gritty. We're getting into like the big awards films and all that. I was gonna ask you what movies this award season are you looking forward to most to seeing?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I still have a pretty big watch list, but I don't usually honestly think too much about it in terms of award season.
Well,
Obviously,
I
I'm not
guess
immune to that, and I enjoy that stuff, but like the major things on my watch list, I wouldn't think of probably as awards contenders.
okay. So okay, let me rephrase. What's what are the movies that are like on the top of your watch list that you're just like, ah man, like I really want to watch these? It doesn't have to be awards films. It could just simply be like little indies or anything like that.
Well, I'm really interested in the Ballad of a Small-Time Hustler because I love gambler movies so much.
Okay, so that's a top one. Okay,
I do want to see Bugonia just because of how well it's been marketed. It's pretty intriguing to me.
okay, yeah, that's one that I'd like you to see. That way we can kind of have a conversation about it.
And I know you've basically disowned it, but I'm still interested in House of Dynamite.
Hey, I'm not discouraging you from seeing it. I actually want you to see it. That way we can talk about it more.
Yeah, but now as I eyeballed, I kind of pulled out my notes thing in my iPhone to kind of look at what I've kind of got lined up, and it was interesting. I was like, I guess I'm still not in that mode yet because there was still a lot on there that was not 2025. So at a certain point, I because I have like an ongoing kind of mini watch list that I keep in my notes,
Yeah.
so that I don't have to, when it's my turn to pick, I've got a movie ready, just locked and loaded. But at a certain point, I leave that list behind and I start a 2025 only list, and it's just like kind of more cutthroat.
You start like around January, you said?
I mean, it varies, but yeah, I would say January I start to tug at my collar a little bit and start to sweat. Yeah, well, what's on your radar coming up?
So I actually have a few. Of course, I want to watch Sentimental Value. That's the new one from the guy who made The Worst Person in the World, and
Oh yeah,
he
with
he also
okay.
he also made Oslo August 31st, which is one of my all time favorites. Have you seen that?
No sir.
I I want you to watch it. I think, and please watch it. I'm just gonna say that. Please watch it.
Okay.
There there's a scene, and it's not. This isn't a spoiler. There's a scene where simply the a character sits at a table and he's just watching people. And that scene, I watched that movie back when I was in high school. So I'm saying like maybe 15, 16 years ago. But that one scene has stuck with me my entire life from
Mm.
then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so simple, but it's just it. Every time I go to a restaurant or every time I go anywhere really where there's people, I simply sit and I just watch. Like not in a creepy way. I don't want it to come off as that, but
No,
um,
I'm the same way. I love to people watch, but
so
I feel like I'm missing some of the poetic power of what you're describing because I haven't seen that scene.
you have, yeah, you need to watch this movie. It's one of those where how I spoke highly of A Little Prayer,
Yep.
right? You know how like I there's these.
Oh, is that what you're always gonna pull out of your pocket now when you're like, remember, you should trust me, Mitch. Remember a little prayer.
No, what I mean is that like sometimes I'll recommend movies.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll recommend movies and they're like recommendations, they're like, oh, okay. But sometimes I'll recommend movies where I'm like, Mitch, trust me,
This is Sammy Core.
you need to watch it. So with Oslo August 31st, that's one of those where I'm telling you, you need to watch it. Just watch
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So there's that one. Of course, I want to watch Chloe Zhao's newest film, Hamnet.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
I,
one
I
of those that feels, I mean, even though it looks good, it feels just like a little obligatory to me. Like there's always some where I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess I kind of, if I'm gonna be in the conversation, you have to watch this.
yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking forward to it. I like Jesse Buckley. I like Paul Mescal.
Yeah,
Um,
Buckley's the big draw for me, more than Zhao and Mescal.
so I'm looking forward to that. Oh man, dude, the movie, one of the animated movie I'm most looking forward to is Zootopia 2. Dude, I it just shows you how much time has passed. When
Yeah,
I watched that movie, the first one,
yeah,
I was I was here in San Antonio. I was living with my brother.
yeah.
I had friends, but it was before I actually started meeting. Like I met Gil and all them, and let me turn on this. And I remember during that time, it was literally me and my brother, and we went to go eat at a restaurant, and I remember thinking to myself, man, like I feel lonely, I feel lonely. Like I wanted to meet someone, right? And and of course, going to the movies helped. It made me laugh. It brightened my day. Zootopia is one of my all-time favorite animated movies. But now that Zootopia is coming out, I look back at that time. I was, feeling lonely. I wanted to meet someone, and now, I'm married. Um, I'm about to have a baby with my wife, and it's a really special moment, you know. Um,
Well, it just seems to be how you, and I think a lot of people, but maybe you especially, kind of chart your life experiences on a graph of movie releases and movie viewings.
yeah, I mean, I think you're kind of like that as well. I Yeah, so Zootopia 2 is up there. Of course, Wicked for Good. I do want to
I'm not
watch that.
excited about that one. I feel like you split this movie in two, you lost me.
Well, I'm just happy it's not as long. It's shorter.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
actually own that movie, believe it or not.
you own the first one?
Yeah. Uh, and then I was just one of, I think I had like an Amazon gift card, and I was like, it wasn't out yet, and I was like, I'll go ahead and buy it, whatever. Support smaller movies.
What did you think of that?
I enjoyed it more or less. I like musicals, so I like when they come out with musicals. Um, And but I mean, I don't know why. It was a dumb purchase, actually. And I'll probably never watch it again. And yeah, I also own The Whale,
Wow.
digital copies of both of those movies. Anyways, man, take good care.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.